Okay, welcome back. Now we have a line trace that we're performing in our footsteps notify when we call footstep. Now we'd like to see what type of surface that we're standing on. So we're going to get started in this video. So we have our function called footstep and we're performing a line trace. And from that line trace, we'd like to see if we're getting a physical material. If we're getting a physical material from our hit result, we can check its surface type. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this UE log, and we're going to take our hit result and get the surface type associated with that hit result. So we can say auto hit surface, and we can set that equal to our hit result dot phys material. That's the physical material that was hit. And from phys material, I can get surface type. Now, we're getting an error here that says pointer to incomplete class type is not allowed. Now, phys material is of a weak object pointer of U physical material type, and surface type is an enum called E physical surface. So we're going to need to include U physical material. U physical material, according to the Unreal Engine documentation, has this include. We need to include physical materials slash physical material.h. So let's go ahead and include that all the way up at the top. So now we have our surface type. Now hit surface, we can see if this is equal to one of our surface types that we've defined in shooter.h. Now, if we go to shooter.h, we'll see our types, and for now I'm just going to compare our hit surface to see if it's the grass type. So in order to have access to these defines, I'm going to include shooter.h. So here at the top of shooter character.cpp, let's include shooter.h. And now that I've included shooter.h, I can use that EPS grass type. I just want to do a quick check to see if hit surface is equal to EPS grass. And if so, I'd like to print a message to the output log. So I'm going to say UE log temp warning text, and the text will simply say hit grass surface type. All right, I'm going to go ahead and compile this and see how this works. Okay, so we've compiled, and let's go back into the editor, open up the output log, and we'll go ahead and start playing somewhere close to the grass so we don't have to take forever to get there. Let's right click and play from here. Now we're taking footsteps and we're not getting anything in the output log, but as soon as we jump onto the grass and we start taking steps, then we're getting our warning message that says hit grass surface type. So we know that we can get the surface type and we can compare it to one of our custom surface types that we made. So that's the first step in determining what type of surface we're on. And if we're on a particular surface type, well, then we can play the correct sound and spawn the right particle systems. Now, when it comes to the grass surface type, we're going to want to create our own sound cue for the grass. So let's go into our assets folder and into sounds and footsteps. And we have a whole bunch of footsteps, and we have some that are grass footsteps. So here's something we can do to create a sound cue that will randomize all these grass footsteps. So we've done this before with sound cues, so this isn't an entirely new concept. So we can go ahead and right click on our first grass sound cue in the folder, and we can create cue. And I'm going to call this footstep underscore grass. Now I'm going to open footstep grass. And here we have footstep grass, and it's simply an output node with the SWFS grass 10. Now, we have a lot more grass footsteps. We have grass 10, we have grass 01, and it goes all the way up from 1 to 10. So what we can do is we can highlight FS grass 01. We can select that and hold shift and click on FS Grass 09. And that will select them all. We can click and drag all the way up to Footstep Grass, and we can release, and now we have all of them here. Now we're going to want a random node. Now here's a nice little trick that will save some time. If we go ahead and highlight all of these, then we can right click, type random, and select random, and now all of these that we had highlighted are automatically hooked into the random node, and we can simply hook the output to the output node. And now we have a randomized sound cue that will randomly pick from each of these. So that's actually pretty nice. If you hit play, you'll see what it sounds like getting different grass footstep sounds. So now we have a footstep grass sound cue, which is pretty cool. Now we also want to see if we can find a grass footstep particle system. Now I'm going to close the game dropdown, and we're going to go to the A Surface Footstep folder that came with the footstep assets from the marketplace, and I'm going to go into the Niagara Effects folder and particle systems, and here we have some particle systems. Now I'm going to take a look at the one called Grass Surface. Now we can double click to open this, and we're going to need to give this a couple minutes just to load the assets. It depends on the computer that you're using, but once it's done compiling, then we'll be able to see it in the preview here. So now that we have a footstep grass sound cue, in the next video we're going to set up our C++ code so that we can access the Niagara particle systems and start spawning those from C++, as well as playing our grass footstep sound. We'll see you in the next video.